Howdy everybody. So I wanted to make a quick video about Dungeon Crawl Classics. So this game is really fun. This it's a D&D style role-playing game. It is a tabletop RPG that is based on the Appendix N from Dungeons and Dragons. So what Appendix N is, in case you guys don't know, as far as I understand it, Appendix N is a list of the books that inspired Gary Gygax when he made Dungeons and Dragons. And so this game is based on Appendix N. It is a very fun game, very easy to run. It's a D20 system. I heard about it from a lot of different YouTubers, including Bob the World Builder. Shout out. But this game is just the goofiest, craziest things happen and can happen. I have been running this game with a group of my friends lately, and wild stuff happens. I'm just trying to think. Last session, we were playing, and I was running a module. I was running, which one was it? It's the one where they go to the plane of law. I don't remember the name of the module, but it's by Goodman Games. And basically, they went to the plane of law, and at one point, it's Intrigue at the Court of Chaos. So I was running a module for DCC, and it was Intrigue at the Court of Chaos. At one point, the entire adventuring party, which is like 17 people, because in this game, you start out with level 0 peasants, and you're in charge of all of them. But what happens is they start dying off, the peasants do, because they're peasants, and that's what happens to peasants when they try and meddle with, gods and greater deities and stuff, and monsters and adventuring. They start dying off. And so basically, we've gotten to the end of this adventure. They're about to steal this particular artifact from the plane of law, and a whole bunch of clones show up that are basically just better versions of themselves, and just hilarity ensues because they have to fight themselves, but it's like a better version of themselves. I'm probably butchering this. I hope I'm making it sound as fun as it is, but this game is very fun, and I highly recommend it. The first time I played it, I had only ever played Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition before this, and so I was very skeptical going into it. I thought, there's no way that DCC was going to be any good. But one of my friends, Pete, ran a game for us, and he made us roll up characters. And I remember I had a halfling farmer that had a chicken, and he basically ran for us the Temple of Horrors, or the Temple of Elemental Evil, or something like that. It's a real meat grinder. A lot of people end up dying whenever you run those meat grinders like that. But basically, my halfling with this chicken on a string. There's this particular part of the Temple of Elemental Horrors, or the Temple of Doom, whatever it's called, where there's an orb of annihilation inside of a giant tiki head type thing, and I sent my chicken in to make sure that it was safe, and the way that my friend who was judging, dungeon mastering, described what happened was, all right, your chicken walks through this, into the darkness, and the string goes limp, and I was like, what? What just happened? It was crazy. It was wild. And then one of my other peasants ended up going into a room where there were just cauldrons, and we ended up just being flooded with skeletons. The skeletons were flooding out of these cauldrons, and they just murdered all of us. Everybody died in the end, but it was marvelous. We had a really great time. This game is hilarious. All sorts of funny things can happen when you're playing DCC. I highly, highly recommend it. Yeah, that is Dungeon Crawl Classics by Goodman Games. It's a very good game. I highly recommend it. And it doesn't get enough love, so I'm making a video about it. If you want some better videos than mine, I recommend Bob World Builder. I recommend Wasabi Burger. He has some really good videos on Dungeon Crawl Classics. He's definitely one of the people that got me into it. I was listening to his Pile of Shame campaign. I've listened to it all the way through once for sure, maybe twice. And I've listened to the first couple sessions that he's had probably like maybe 4 or 5 times because I work long shifts, so I'll be listening to those in the background while I'm at work. Wasabi Burger, him and his friends have a really great time playing DCC. I highly recommend listening to his campaign with them, or watching it even if you want to watch the videos. I just have it on in the background, my headset at work, but it is really, really good. Yeah, I highly recommend DCC. Go play it.